They said it was just a myth, a story invented to scare grave robbers away. But when archaeologists began opening the tombs, people started dying, suddenly, mysteriously. And always, after disturbing the dead, for thousands of years, the pyramids stood in silence. Massive monuments untouched by mercy, they were not built for beauty, they were built as gateways between life, death, and something darker. Death was not the end, it was a transition. The body had to remain protected, at all costs. This is the story of the Pharaoh's Curse. A tale that blurs the line between historical fact and chilling legend. Since the moment Howard Carter famously breached the tomb of Tutankhamun in 1922, stories of sudden, unexplainable deaths have haunted those who dared to enter. Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financier, died just a few months later from an infected mosquito bite. Newspapers around the world screamed the curse. Was it merely a coincidence? Or was it something more? To understand the curse, you have to understand the ancient Egyptian mindset. For them, death wasn't an end, but a dangerous journey to the afterlife. The body, or Ka, was the vessel for the soul, the Ba, and the life force, the Ka. To ensure a successful journey, the body had to be preserved perfectly through mummification. And the tomb had to be an eternal, impenetrable fortress, stocked with everything the deceased would need in the next world. These tombs weren't just graves. They were cosmic engines designed to propel the pharaoh into eternity. Every hieroglyph, every ritual, every spell from the Book of the Dead was a piece of this complex spiritual technology. The inscriptions weren't just decorations, they were potent spells, warnings to the living. One famous inscription allegedly found in a tomb reads, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king." So, when modern explorers broke the seals, were they just opening a tomb, or were they disrupting a delicate, 3,000-year-old magical process? Were they unleashing forces they couldn't possibly comprehend? The idea of a curse taps into our deepest fears, the unknown, the sanctity of death, and the idea that the past can reach out and touch us. Let's look at the science. Skeptics offer more rational explanations for the so-called curse. Tombs that have been sealed for millennia could harbor dormant, toxic molds and bacteria. Spores of fungi like Aspergillus could have been inhaled by the explorers, leading to respiratory infections and, in some cases, death, especially in individuals with weakened immune systems. The air inside could be stale and contaminated with toxic gases like ammonia and hydrogen sulfide from decomposing organic materials. Even radioactive elements like radon gas, naturally occurring in the rock, could have accumulated to dangerous levels over the centuries. Then there's the psychological aspect. The power of suggestion is immense. When you enter a place that is steeped in mythology and warnings of death, surrounded by symbols of the afterlife, and you believe in a curse, your mind can play tricks on you. Every minor illness, every accident, every stroke of bad luck gets magnified and attributed to the curse. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, fueled by media sensationalism. After Lord Carnarvon's death, every subsequent misfortune connected to the excavation team was reported as another victim of Tutankhamun's wrath, creating a powerful and enduring legend. But what if the truth lies somewhere in the middle? What if the ancient Egyptians, masters of chemistry and engineering, knew more than we give them credit for? They were experts in poisons derived from plants and animals. Is it so far-fetched to believe they might have coated tomb artifacts or sealed chambers with toxic substances as a very real, physical deterrent? A biological booby trap. This wouldn't be magic, but it would be a deliberately engineered curse designed to protect their pharaohs, a curse powered not by supernatural forces, but by ancient, sophisticated science. Consider the cobra, a symbol of royalty and divine authority in ancient Egypt. The uraeus, the rearing cobra on the pharaoh's headdress, was said to spit fire at his enemies. When King Tut's tomb was opened, a cobra reportedly ate Howard Carter's pet canary. For the Egyptian workers, this was a terrifying omen. The royal cobra, protector of the king, had struck. Was it just a stray snake finding an easy meal, or a sign that the tomb's spiritual guardians had been awakened? The debate rages on. Science offers plausible explanations, but it cannot entirely dismiss the sheer volume of strange coincidences and eerie tales that surround these ancient tombs. The allure of the curse is that it speaks to a world beyond our rational understanding, a world where symbols have power, where the dead are not truly gone, and where disrespecting them has dire consequences. The pyramids were designed to last for eternity, and perhaps, so were their warnings. Ultimately, the curse of the pharaohs may not be a supernatural force reaching out from the grave. It might be the legacy of ancient knowledge, the power of our own psychology, or simply the statistical result of disturbing a long-sealed environment. But the story endures because it reminds us of the profound respect the ancients had for the boundary between life and death. A boundary they protected with stone spells, and perhaps, with something more. A warning etched not just in stone, but in time itself. So the next time you see the majestic silhouette of a pyramid against the desert sky, remember, you're not just looking at a tomb. You're looking at a gateway, and some doors are best left unopened. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of an ancient mystery. If you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into history's greatest secrets.